of the biceps. Hello, everybody. I'm Lon McCarron along with Christy Lee. And you know, for a long, long time now, arm wrestling has been the way to settle disputes and award bragging rights. And it's that colorful tradition which has captivated the competitors in this room, all of whom come to the table tonight, Christy, as winners.
And they'd like to remain winners. They'd also like to continue to own those bragging rights. All of the competitors, both men and women, advance through regional qualifying events. And they now have their sights set on $20,000 in prize money and the ultimate, being crowned a champion.
Ready, go!
Christy, let's take a look at the rules.
This is a double elimination competition. There will be no seating. It's strictly luck of the draw. Competitors have 1 minute to grip up properly. If not, their grip will be set by the referee, and referee decisions will be final at all times.
The women will open our competition under 145. Shelly Arnold from Minneapolis, Minnesota. She is 36 years old. Kucera coming off a badly broken wrist 5 years ago, and there's Shelly Arnold getting autograph from Mills Lane, the referee in the Tyson Holyfield ear-biting intervention from a few months ago.
Shelly has that kind of Courtney Love look to her. She's kind of the radical arm wrestler of the competition.
Arnold, the St. Paul City champion, started arm wrestling in her high school lunchroom. And she shows she has learned a lot from that lunchroom activity, taking down Deb Kucera in no time at all. So the first match in the women's under 145 goes to Shelly Arnold. And now Kathy Gentz, 47 years old, comes in as the veteran tonight, going against Tina Herrick from Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
This is kind of a battle of the Wisconsin ladies. Kathy Gentz on the right. She is a mother of 2, and both of her children arm wrestle competitively.
Gentz finished second at the Madison City Championships.
See if she's learned anything from her kids.
Well, she has indeed, as she certainly overpowers Tina Herrick in quick fashion.
Looking at it again. It's a classic pull. Strength right there in her arm, and Kathy moves on.
So now, Robin Eberly from Big Lake, Minnesota, our next match in the over 145. She'll take on Tanya Linda Denny from Eveleth, Minnesota. All of these competitors coming from the tri-state area of Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. How ironic, the supreme cooperation needed between the two competitors to get a grip, and then they're going in opposite directions.
Remember, they only have 1 minute to set their grip. If they can't do it, the referee will do it for them, and what he says goes. So it's better for the competitors to actually get along and get the grip they like rather than settle for one that has to be used.
The referee playing the mediator at this point.
Ready, go!
Well, Tanya Denny didn't like the grip, and Robin Eberly comes through with the victory.
Our Minneapolis City champion had no problem with Tanya. It was quick and to the point. She moves on, and we're ready for more competition.
In the 145 and over, Kathy Arneson, age 40, started arm wrestling. Her mother entered her in a competition years ago, going against Elizabeth Smithsburg, Michigan, 32 years old, a construction worker. And there's Kathleen Arneson. She says she loves to beat guys arm wrestling when she's hanging out in bars in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
I bet the guys love that too, Lon. Well, let's see how she can do against Elizabeth Smith.
Gentlemen, beware if you're traveling through Eau Claire, and remember who Kathleen Arneson is.
Remember those glasses and that brown curly hair, because she may come up to you. They're having a little trouble deciding on their grip as well.
It is so key. You have to be comfortable when you're going to go up and try to match up wits and arms and biceps in this battle of the biceps. here in Michigan, Yukon Jack Battle of the Biceps.
The referee there wants to make sure their shoulders are square, their wrists have to be in the right place, elbows have to be on the pads.
I'm going to give you a grip. You take the grip. If you move, I'm going to foul you. You understand?
You heard your head referee. Just tell him he's going to set their grip, and if either one of them moves, they're going to foul. 2 fouls, and it constitutes a loss in this competition.
It's your grip. It's your grip. It's your grip.
Elizabeth Smith does not look happy with the grip she is getting. And she ends up on the losing side as Kathleen Arneson, after that protracted battle of the grip, comes through with the win in the 145 and over.
Looked like Kathleen got a little bit of her shoulder into this particular match. Watch this pull. Yeah, easy work for Kathleen.
Well, we're coming back to Detroit. Ray Lohman and Clint Allen up next.
Sometimes when you hear him crying, you can't see him. Other times when you can see him, you can't pick him up. When you can pick him up, your legs might not work to get you there. Multiple sclerosis randomly attacks the nervous system, so you never know what life will be like from one day to the next. After 50 years of helping people with MS, we're closer than ever to a cure. Help us find it.
Michael Jordan is CEO Jordan.
Halftime at the United Center with the Bulls leading 62.
Miss Hatfield?
Get the PE.
Approved.
ASAP.
Proceed. Authorized. Denied. Get me the Nikkei clothes and the Detroit score. Double mesh?
Double mesh.
Double mesh.
Double mesh.
Double mesh. Double mesh. Make the logo bigger.
And the second half is about to begin here at the United Center. Michael Jordan of the Bulls starting.
MJ, those new Air Jordans.
Are you looking for that red-hot gift this holiday? That gift that's hotter than hot. That special something that's on everyone's list. Then come to Wendy's and get a spicy chicken sandwich made with Dave's own blend of pepper and spices. Heat up your holiday with Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. And while you're there, say hello to Dave.
The 1997 Yukon Jack Battle of the Biceps is brought to you by Burger King. Get your burger's worth.
Welcome back to the 1997 Yukon Jack Battle of the Biceps at the arena in Detroit, Michigan. Lon McCarron along with Christy Lee getting set for a men's flyweight division battle. Ray Lohman from Gobles, Michigan, 30 years old, will be taking on Clint Allen from Grand Rapids, Michigan, the 22-year-old. Allen finished first at the Grand Rapids City Championships. He lives in Grand Rapids.
He's been arm wrestling since middle school. He started on the lunchroom table and claims to be unbeaten at his workplace. There you see Clint Allen getting ready.
And Ray Lohman on the left. Now, these two guys met up in the Grand Rapids City Championship. Lohman losing to Clint Allen at that time. And here they go here at the arena in Detroit, and on a slip grip.
Slip grip means that Ray Lohman wins in this particular instance. They're not going to go to the straps because look at Clint Allen. He's in the losing position. So that means Ray Lohman gets the win.
Jerry Moore right now in the men's under 150 from Prophettsville, Illinois, going against Chris Earls from Muncie, Indiana, 23-year-old, an impressive second in the Detroit Championship.
I'm going to watch Jerry Moore. He has great technique. If he ever decides to walk up to the table.
Mills Lane, your arm wrestling referee here for this match.
You might recognize Mills from the famous Tyson fight.
That's right.
Jerry Moore, 21-year-old from Prophetstown, Illinois.
Ready, go!
And there you go, Jerry Moore. No problem. He was cool as a cucumber.
So strong, and look at that. Boom, takes care of business.
Couple of times, why not? All right, so now we're going to move on to the men's 151 to 170. Rick Boven from Portage, Michigan. He finished second at the Grand Rapids City Championship. He will take on the man he lost to, Roger Taylor from Etna Green, Indiana. Your champion at Grand Rapids. He's a foreman for a crew that builds houses.
You're exactly right, Lon. These two are no stranger to the pull. They have made a lot of pulls together. It's going to be interesting to see if Rick Boven can avenge his loss in Grand Rapids. The competitors, by the way, all qualified in 3 states, 10 cities. We have over 30 competitors from each of those events. So we have a lot of people. Oh,
we've got a full house, and Richard Boven makes quick work of Roger Taylor. No, Roger tried to slip out of it, but Boven was going to have none of it. Next now, Mark Nelson from Bethel, Minnesota, 30 years old. And he'll be taking on Jay Gitchell from Corunna, Michigan. Gitchell, the second-place winner at the Lansing City Championships. He will be on the right of your screen.
Jay is a mason laborer. He works a lot with bricks. We all know that that's going to make a strong arm.
If you've done any work with bricks, you certainly know that. Gitchell in trouble.
He's not giving up, though. Oh.
But he is certainly not. But in the end, it is Mark Nelson coming through. He tried once, twice, 3 times. Finally, Mills Lane said he put him down.
Once that hand hits that pin pad, it's over.
So now we move up in weight class to 171 to 190. Shannon Abram from Big Lake, Minnesota. 24-year-old will take on Jason Tokar from Grand Ledge, Michigan.
Shannon's an interesting story because Shannon actually tried to compete in the 96 Yukon Jacks regional tournament, but lost both of his matches, but he's here in 97, and let's see how he does against Jason Tokar.
Tokar finishing second at the Lansing City Champs, and Abram, the Minnesota City champion. And they do slip. There was nobody in a losing position, and I think they're going to put them in the straps.
The referees did confer, and they are going into the straps. What this means, both competitors will be strapped together. The referees set the grip, basically, and they cannot pull apart. Technique almost goes by the wayside here, Lon, and it's pure strength at this point when the competitor gets in the straps. This is not an advantage.
Well, to the maybe the weaker of the two, technique certainly plays so much in arm wrestling, but once you get into the straps, then I think more brute strength might take over.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see that right here with Shannon and Jason.
So Shannon Abram on the right, Jason Tokar on the left.
Mills Lane setting them up.
Tokar says that doing this, arm wrestling, relieves the stress in his life, but he certainly does not look like a relaxed man right now.
Can't see anything relaxing about being in this competition, not when you're competing for over $20,000.
So the strength of Shannon Abram overcomes Jason Tokar.
Once again, they're in the straps, and as we said, technique kind of goes by the wayside, and strength comes into play. Shannon had no trouble.
So we're coming back to the arena in Detroit. More arm wrestling ahead.
Are you tired of playing Twister with messy rope, tape, and twist ties? Then you need the Handy Bundler, the world's first endless tie wrap dispenser. No matter what the size, Handy Bundler tightens to a perfect fit every time and secures anything as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now neatly wrap cable and TV wires for a better appearance. Tie garbage bags tight in seconds. Look, ordinary tie wraps just aren't long enough, but the Handy Bundler's cord extends to any size, large or small. It wraps them all. You'll find hundreds of uses for the Handy Bundler around the shop, at home, in the office, and on the job. You get the Handy Bundler, over 50 feet of durable nylon strapping, and 100 locking clips, all for $19.95. And it comes with this unconditional money-back guarantee. Order now.
Call 1-800-897-6699 or send $19.95 plus $5.95 shipping to the address on your screen. For faster delivery, call 1-800-897-6699.
ESPN presents Sunday Night NFL. Punch, pass, and sit. While Sunday nights mean great football on ESPN, they also mean visits from in-laws. To avoid missing the game, employ the hitch, slant, and quick out. The moment your in-laws are spotted, hitch your pants, slant out of view, and make a quick out the side door to your favorite sports bar. To successfully re-enter your house, see drill number 42, penetrating a hostile defense. It's ESPN's Sunday Night NFL.
Welcome back to the Battle of the Biceps at the Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Lon McCarron along with Christy Lee. We have one more match in the men's 171 to 190 division. Dave Ingersoll from Grant, Michigan, 30 years old, will take on Paul Marquesi from St. Francis, Wisconsin, 34 years old.
Pretty easy to tell our competitors apart here because Dave has that distinguishing goatee. He'll be on the left, Paul on the right.
Ingersoll finished second in his weight class at Grand Rapids City Championship.
He has a wife, Wendy, who also is in the competition.
Well, he's cheating at home then, getting lots of practice. Marquesi finished second at the Milwaukee City Championships.
He works for UPS, and we all know that that's a very lifting job.
Well, let's see if he can deliver here.
Those are the rules.
For the upper table.
The referee's going to give him a grip whether they like it or not.
Steve Stanaway, our head referee on the left, giving these competitors the what for and exactly what to expect. Time is of the essence, I'm sure. They want to get the grip and get it going.
Lower table for the men.
And they're ready to go, and just like that, it is Ingersoll with the win.
Paul Marquesi has a complaint here, and I can understand why. He just actually pulled off the elbow pad. Didn't look like a real good clean start, but the referees didn't see it, and Ingersoll moves on.
So now Jerry Cooley in the 191 to 210 division will take on Michael Bowling. Bowling, a 37-year-old. He won first place at the Grand Rapids City Championship in this weight division. Cooley on the left, Bowling on the right.
Cooley won first place at the Lansing City Championship. So this is actually a battle of two champions. Who's going to come out on top? Jerry Cooley, a detective. I wouldn't want him investigating me. I don't know. He's a bit on the strong side for me.
Well, he is typical of the occupations that come in here to the arena. We've got construction workers, tugboat operators, some cops. It is a great mix of blue collar here in Detroit.
And Jerry Cooley doing his part to represent the Michigan State Police. Let's see how he does against Michael Bowling. They're fighting to get that perfect grip. We've seen it so much.
Cooley's wife is also a four-time national champion. Placed second in the Worlds 2 years in a row, so he has had some terrific coaching at home.
Okay, open the hand. Open the hand. Now don't move. Your elbows are good. You got good posture. Thumbs. Right there. Stay right there.
Trying to piece that puzzle of the grip together.
Ready, go.
And just like that, Jerry Cooley puts down Michael Bowling.
Jerry Cooley wins on the lower table.
Jerry makes it look so easy. 1, 2, 3, he's gone.
So congratulations to Jerry Cooley. We'll see him a little bit later in the show. On to the big boys over 210. Tim Antonides, he's a big boy, 6'4", 250. Will be taking on Jeff Baum, 28 years old, and he has some local support here. He placed second in the Detroit Championships, and there is Jeff Baum there. Has to have some friends out there in the crowd, huh, Christy?
Oh, I'm sure he does, and he's going to need some help here because Tim is so tough. Just watch him. They call him Red Dog. He gets fired up. I think it's from his hair. I think that's where the red comes from. They're getting into the ready position.
Antonides on the left, Jeff Baum on the right of your screen.
Get your shoulders square, Jeff. Back this way.
At the big table.
And you know fireworks are in the offing here.
They have 1 minute to set their grip to get into the ready position. You know, Tim actually, even though he is 250 pounds, he doesn't like to pull smaller men because he says they're too fast for him. And we've talked about this before, Lon. Not only is it brute strength, but also that speed can come into play.
Antonides trying to put him down. Baum resisted at first, but finally Tim Antonides, the 6'4", 250 man, comes through.
Jeff didn't get the quickness on him, but boy, look at the strength. He's trying hard. Tim comes through with the stronger pull.
All right, so Antonides moves on in the bracket. We continue in the 210. Joel Olson, 23-year-old, big boy, will be taking on Tim Rude from Kentwood, Michigan. This 23-year-old finished second at the Grand Rapids City Championship. Said he started arm wrestling his brother when he was 12 years old, and anybody who's got a brother about that age, I think, started at that same age, if not sooner.
Joe Olson is on the right, Tim Rude on the left as they get set for their pull here.
Right there, stay right there. Ready, go!
And Rude had the advantage, but they're giving it to Joe Olson.
No, Lon, what we have here is a double fault. Both of the competitors pulled their elbows off the pad. That is a foul, one for each side. Now, this brings up an interesting scenario because if a competitor gets 2 fouls, it constitutes a loss. So these guys have got to be clean as a whistle in this next pull. They are going to get an opportunity to pull each other again. So a double foul, you don't see that very often. Usually it's one or the other, but a double foul on both competitors.
How difficult it must be mentally for these guys to come in and give it their all once they lock up, and then to have something like this happen and have to recapture that emotion that is so necessary to take them through to a win.
And now they have to concentrate on keeping those elbows on the pads. They cannot make a mistake, neither one of them.
Rude with the early advantage. He comes off the pad. The referees let it go. Now Olson coming back. And it is Joe Olson with the emotional victory.
Not only that, but I think Tim got another foul because his elbow did come off the pad there.
But Olson is going to take it to the bank knowing he took down Tim Rude. More action to come from the arena in Detroit.
It's not easy building a nation. It takes hard work, vision, and lots of ice. To provide a homeland for untamed spirits, we built the Republic of Cuervo Gold. The Republic of Cuervo Gold is a tropical island paradise. But its untamed spirit can't be confined to a single island. It's everywhere. Are you an untamed spirit? Then join the Republic of Cuervo Gold. Call this number, surf this website, declare your independence, and release your inner lizard. Yeah.
What if there were shortcuts only you knew about? There are. At Shell. Where it's easy to pay, pump, and go. Shell, moving at the speed of life.
NBA Tonight, Tuesday through Saturday at midnight, only on ESPN2.
Time to resume arm wrestling in the under 145 division for the women. Shelly Arnold from Minneapolis, Minnesota will be taking on one of the older competitors, 47-year-old Kathy Gentz from Evansville, Wisconsin. Shelly Arnold will be on the right, Gentz on the left.
Wow, that yellow nail polish that Shelly Arnold is wearing, it must be a good luck charm because as you can see, she already made quick work of Kathy Gentz.
Shelly Arnold, wrestling in the high school lunchroom, gave her all the experience she needed to beat Kathy Gentz in the under 145. We move on now to the women's over 145. Robin Eberle from Big Lake, Minnesota will go up against Kathleen Arneson from Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
This is going to be a great matchup. Robin Eberle is the Minneapolis City champion. She will be on your left. Kathleen Arneson is on the right.
Upper table, Bill Mishmerheisen and Kevin Spate. Mishmerheisen.
Arneson got started in arm wrestling with her mother as she entered her into a competition. She loves to beat the guys, she said, but right now entered in the women's 145 and over. Eberle, very intense on the left side. The more nervous these competitors get, the tougher it is to get a good grip.
Robin Eberle does have a little bit of an advantage here, and she does pin Kathy down. Had Kathy slipped out of that grip, the referees would have given the match anyway to Robin because, as you can see, Kathy was in the losing position, but that did not happen. Robin wins with the pin.
Now on to the men under 150. Jerry Moore from Prophettsville, Illinois, one of the more colorful competitors here, taking on Ray Lohman III. 30 years old is Lohman. Lohman will be on the left, Jerry Moore on the right.
On deck.
Jerry has the best hairdo in the competition, I believe, Lon. But he's also a very strong competitor. Ray Lohman, the man you're looking at right there, real concentration on his face, has actually started his own arm wrestling school. Hopefully he can teach Jerry Moore something right here.
Well, Moore won his last match in very businesslike fashion, showing little emotion, staring straight through his opponent, and it looks like he's trying to do it right now to that man, Ray Lohman.
Jerry has wonderful technique. Top roll, boom, it's done, it's over. Looking at it one more time, he takes control over the top, and Ray Lohman is history in this match. Jerry Moore moves on.
More to come from the arena in Detroit. Stay with us.
In a lot of ways, this is a new TWA.
On time, reliable, and great service. We have a new commitment.
We're really hustling out there.
It's going to be an on-time airline if I have anything to do about it.
You've been posting better performance every month.
30 brand new state-of-the-art aircraft.
It's becoming a younger fleet with a lot of very experienced people.
We're going to take good care of you. This is our airline. We want it to be your airline.
We got to earn our customers every day. We try to do that on every flight.
TWA, Trans World Airlines.
We want to be your airline.
How do you lose fat and build muscle in only 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week? The Bowflex Better Body Workout. Chest, shoulders, back, arms, abs, and legs. For the body you want, call and get your free video and brochure on the machine that works like an entire gym that fits anywhere in your home.
There's 3 quarterbacks on this football team. Whichever one starts, starts. Whichever ones don't, we'll back him up.
Mike, why are you in such a bad mood?
What do you care?
Right.
Okay. If you were 2-7, you'd be in a bad mood, too. Not very much fun, is it?
Welcome back to the 1997 Yukon Jack Battle of the Biceps from the arena in Detroit, Michigan. We are ready now for a matchup between Richard Bovin from Portage, Michigan, going up against Mark Nelson from Bethel, Minnesota in the men's 151 to 170 division. Richard Bovin will be on the left, Nelson on the right.
Richard Bovin has his back to us right now as they get in the ready position. There you go. He turns the hat around. That's a rule, believe it or not. You have to have the brim of your hat to the back. Richard has a very interesting story. He was involved in an accident many years ago and suffered burns on 85% of his body. He has come back, and he's come back in a big way. He's a very strong competitor. We've seen him throughout the competition, and he wants to make short work of Mark Nelson right here. Which he did.
And he does indeed. So Richard Bovin moves through the bracket. He still has no losses in the men's 151 to 170 division in this double elimination competition.
Fast. That's all you can say about Richard Bovin. He's in, he's out. Boom.
And that is the best way to go. Shannon Abram now in the men's 171 to 190 division, taking on Dave Ingersoll. Ingersoll with the goatee will be on the left of your screen in the glasses. Abram on the right.